Hey YouTube, this is Mr. Shady checking in again. Today is Sunday, September 4th, 2011. It's the day before Labor Day. Just wanted to do another checkup. I think my last one was about a week ago or so. Want to keep on doing these as much as I can and to make sure I have some good progress noted throughout all this. Um, as you see, the one of the subtitles down below is the vacation to San Juan. Um, as you, if you looked at the other videos, I had my gastric sleeve done on August 18th, 2011, which is about maybe 2.5 weeks ago or so, a little less than that. So this was a trip that I took last Tuesday, leaving from this area, from Atlanta down to San Juan. Came back on Friday evening. Some of the things that I wanted to touch on about this particular, look this up some, about this particular trip, and more behavioral. I'll try to really focus on behavioral. I would urge anybody that's going to have gastric bypass or gastric sleeve or anything like that to have these sort of I don't know, things that you normally would do. All of us that are going to have it will be going on vacation. All of us that are going to have it will be going out to dinner at some point. And these are things that I think will prepare you for how you should be leading your life. And this trip was already planned prior to me having the surgery, so I couldn't really back out of it. There was a few missteps that I did make. I'm right now supposed to be on my pureed phase of eating, but going to San Juan, unfortunately, there isn't much options for pureed stuff. The hotel that we were at, which was the Hilton, um, didn't really cater to making protein shakes or pureeing steak or something like that. Not that I would necessarily want to have that. So I did have to make some very wise but quick decisions. Um, I was able to keep down some fruit as long as I chewed it very, very well. I was able to handle some scrambled eggs, which was good. And I think the very last night I actually had a little tiny piece of lasagna. Still very mushy, and I'm able to eat it. Didn't really have a major problem with keeping it down. If you do have plans or some type of trip planned, make sure that you take precautions. Maybe bring some protein powder with you. I didn't want to. I didn't know if it would go past security at that time if I put them in little packages or something. That was kind of a misstep. I really probably should have thought a little bit more thoroughly about that, but I think all in all, I did relatively well for being the first time going on a trip since having the surgery. If I go on other trips or other vacations, I'll know, but by then, hopefully, I'll be on solid foods. The other major thing that I noticed with the travel was dehydration. Clearly, San Juan is a Caribbean island. It is August, or was August and early September. Those sort of things. I did do a lot of sweating. Wasn't able to drink as much as I wanted to, but was able to kind of handle um, taking in water as much as I could. I do feel that I did get dehydrated a number of times while I was there. Um, that was another thing. So I think when you're on the go, that may be a very difficult thing. So having water around is going to be important. The other thing, when I did become dehydrated and I started realizing it, was not sipping the water, because when you're dehydrated, the first thing you want to do is get as much water as you can inside. And, obviously you have to sip, you cannot gulp. And ran into a few problems just with kind of having that, and that was kind of a major issue. Um, but all in all, I think went pretty well. I don't think it was a bad trip. Um, Decisions I made probably could have been better, but all in all did pretty well. Since the surgery, I've been doing a lot better. I've healed up with a lot of my incisions. Um, I did go swimming, which I think, and this is only for me, I think it did kind of clean out some of the incisions, and which I think would be a good thing for some people. I think the doctor said about 2, 3 weeks should be okay, so I was almost right on track with that. Um, and been feeling a lot better. The second part of this video blog or video journal will be returning to work. Today's Sunday. I return to work on Tuesday. We're off on Labor Day. Mixed feelings. Been off for about 2.5 weeks, a little less than that. Um, you know, Returning back to work. Am I nervous? Yeah, I mean, I think anybody would be nervous returning back to work. I know I'll be busy for the first few days. How am I going to stay hydrated? What am I going to make time to eat during those times where I've been very controlled, and I've typically kind of walk around with these bottled waters. In general, these are about 17 ounces, so I can control it. I know when I finish this, okay, I only have 3, 4 more to go throughout the day before I can really kind of reach how many ounces of water I need in the day. At work, I may not be able to do that. Maybe meeting with clients, etc., and it would prohibit me from doing that. So a little bit nervous about that, and just worried about how that will work out. But all in all, pretty well. I have not weighed myself. I will start to do that. I just haven't had the opportunity. I'm going to venture to say maybe I should be probably at about maybe 310 now. I was 320 when I last saw my doctor, the surgeon. So I should be kind of up and around that by now. Did go out and buy a new shirt and pair of pants that I'm going to wear on Tuesday returning back to work. They're size 42. I was wearing a 46, and that was probably, well, obviously the day before the surgery. And the shirt is a 2X, where normally I'm usually at a 3 or 4X. So felt kind of good going into Macy's and being able to buy that. Did give me kind of an ego boost, I guess. I'm still definitely going to try to keep it up at least every week. I know that may not happen as I start to lose more weight and start to get busier with my schedule. But I'm going to definitely try to keep up with it. I hope this helps somebody else out that may be having it or thinking about having it. I certainly do think it's going to be a great thing for me to look back and kind of see how my progress was. I think that's pretty much it for now. I'll check in, hopefully in about a week or even sooner if I can. Let you know how the return back to work went, or didn't go, whatever you want to say. And I'll probably start to get into more of the behavioral parts of what's going on. I just want to do some checkups, but I'll start doing a little bit more behavioral stuff so we can kind of start to see the change. All right, thanks.